grade 10 children. Welcome to our English lesson. This lesson focuses on Unit 7 of your grade 10 textbook. Today we are going to practice reading. Although we have already done several lessons on reading, this time our reading text type is quite different. We are going to learn how to interpret a chart correctly. Let's start the lesson. Children, before we start interpreting charts, let's understand what is meant by a chart. A chart is a graphical representation of data. It is also called a graph. Do you understand what graphical information means? Graphical information means representing data in a visual form. When we use bars as visuals to represent data, we call it a bar chart. If the lines are used to represent data graphically, we call it a line chart. And if there are slices of a pie representing data, it is called a pie chart. Children, these are only a few ways of representing data graphically. Although there are other ways, we are not going to discuss them at this level. Okay children, now let's try to interpret the information in this bar chart. This bar chart depicts the favorite colors of some students. In the chart, the horizontal axis represents the favorite color, while the vertical axis represents the number of students who like each of them. According to the bar chart, there are 5 colors that students like. They are red, blue, green, yellow and pink. As you can see, out of the given sample, most of the students like yellow. The number of students who like yellow is 9. The number of students who like red is more than the number of students who like blue. The least number of students like green. Only 5 students like it. Okay children, now you have interpreted this bar chart correctly. Now let's do an activity to see whether you can understand the information in a chart. This pie chart shows the results of a survey conducted among 46 grade 10 students about their favorite hobbies. Study the chart and complete the description using the given answers. Pause the video and do it now. Okay, let's see how you have done it. Okay, let's go through the answers first. You have collecting stamps, most, gardening, browsing, internet and more. This pie chart depicts the favorite hobbies of a selected group of students. Out of the given sample of 46 students, most of the students like listening to music, while 12 students like browsing internet. So if you look at the pie chart, you can see that out of the 46 students, listening to music is liked by 14 students. So most of the students like listening to music and 12 students like browsing internet. The number of students who like reading is more than the number who likes gardening. Only 6 students like gardening. The least number of students like collecting stamps. I hope you got all the answers correct. Children, now you are going to do another activity. This is also like the earlier activity, but this time it's a bar chart. You have to read this description, which tells us about the favorite food items of a group of students. In this description, some words are missing. You have to fill in the missing words by studying the chart. This is the bar chart. Study it and fill the blanks in the description. Pause the video and do it now. Let's check your answers now. I will read the complete description. This bar chart depicts the favorite food items of a group of students. In the chart, the horizontal axis represents the food items, while the vertical axis represents the number of students who like to eat them. The most favorite food item is rice. 30 students like to eat it. The number of students who like to eat string hoppers is more than the number of students who like to eat bread. Hoppers is the least favorite food among these students. I hope you could get the answers correct. Children, now let's see whether you can answer some questions based on this bar chart. This bar chart depicts the data of a survey done to find out the different types of storybooks some students like to read. Now study the chart carefully and answer these questions. Okay, let's check your answers. Look at question 1. What is the most liked type of books? Now study the chart. Now you can see that there are 12 students who like adventure stories. Okay, so that is the answer. The most liked type of books is adventure stories. So you can write adventure stories as your answer. Now the second one. Which two types of books are equally liked? So can you see similar numbers here? Now detective stories are liked by 10 students and folk tales also are liked by 10 students. So they are equally liked. So which two types of books are equally liked? Detective stories and folk tales. Now the third one. How many students like detective stories? Yes, we just studied that. Detective stories are liked by 10 students. So the answer is 10. What is the least liked type of books? Yes, it is fairy tales. You can see only 2 students like fairy tales. So the answer to the fourth one is fairy tales. Now the last question. What is the type liked by 6 students? Yes, it is science fiction. So the answer to the last question is science fiction. Okay, I think you got all correct. Children, that marks the end of the lesson. In this lesson, we practiced how to interpret charts only. In another lesson, I will teach you how to describe a chart, which is quite useful at the O-level exam. So be with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.